Hello world, boyfriend back again. Now, if you watched the last video, you saw that I was going to do a two-parter, right? Where I did all of the not Super Nintendo games in the first part, and this part was going to be all the Super Nintendo games. Well, I am doing that, but you'll notice I'm wearing a different shirt, got a hat on, a little scruff going. Well, what happened was I filmed that entire pickup video, as always seems to be the case, and then for one reason or another something always goes wrong. Well, what went wrong this time was I found out that the freaking phone I was using to record this on ran out of memory, so I only got like this much of the pickup video. I can't tell you how many times, how many pickup videos I've done multiple times because of whatever reasons, but it's all figured out now. I have a Skechers USA box full of Super Nintendo games. We're going to get right into it. So here we go. Alright, first game is Space Ace. Now, this, of course, is based on, or a port, I guess, if you can even call it that, of the Don Bluth arcade game of the same name, where it was a Laserdisc kind of reaction. What do you call those games? I don't even know what you call that type of game, but there was that, and what was the other one? Oh my gosh. The dungeon one. Dungeon. Ugh, wow, my brain is just failing me right now. Anyway, this game is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And nothing like the arcade game aside from, I guess, the characters. Next up, oh yeah, Madden 97. Just another one to knock off the list. I actually only need Madden 98 and I'll have all the Super Nintendo Madden games. Okay, so these next few I kind of got a beef with. And I wanted to ask you guys about it. So this first one is called Airstrike Patrol. And this is, I guess, what would you call this? A strategy game? A real-time strategy game? I don't know. I'm not a big real-time strategy guy, so I don't know if this falls under that umbrella of games. But Airstrike Patrol, I don't understand who those games are for, let alone how to even play it. I'm testing it out to make sure it works, and these games are not very intuitive. So I don't know if you're supposed to have the instruction manual to play these games, but a lot of text. And I got nothing against like text-based games, but I don't even understand what I'm supposed to do with this. Which leads me to my next point. So there's this company, Koei, K-O-E-I, and this is PTO, but the company Koei, they make all these like real-time strategy games. Not the last one I showed you, but these next few. And I don't get these games. I don't like them that much because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to move, my forces around, and I just, like, what is the enjoyment out of this? Do any of you guys like these types of games? I got a couple more here. Operation Europe. That's kind of a more difficult one to track down. I don't like it. And then there is this one. Now, to be fair, Sid Meier's Civilization, I've never played. I know this is a more popular game. I don't necessarily think it falls under those types of games. What am I trying to say? I wish I would have played it more to know. Yeah, Sid Meier's Civilization. Anyway, tell me your guys' thoughts on those like real-time strategy games. What's that all about? I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Now, nothing special to say about this game. Crappy platformer, but one of those games that I just never ran across in real life. And it's not even that it's like that hard to find. I just had never seen it in person, out in the wild. I ran across it, and oh heck, I don't even know. It was like $6, so I picked it up. Let's see here. What's this one? Prince of Persia. Now, this is obviously a classic game. I haven't played too much of it. I don't have much to say about it. Oh, this is a cool one. Kokoma Night in Busyland. Now, this, it was one of those games I didn't know anything about until I popped it in. And what it is, it's, if you ever played the game Qix, Q-I-X, on Game Boy or Nintendo, it's very much like that. It's where you have to you get a single screen and you have to fill up a certain percentage of that screen before these things chase you down. Did that make sense? Really fun. If you like those types of games, like if you've ever played Kicks, I think you would get a kicks out of this. All right. Justice League Task Force Fighter. You get to play as DC superheroes. I don't know, nothing special. Another fighter, C2 Judgment Clay. I always liked those Clay Fighter games. Those are always fun. I remember those when I was a kid. Total Carnage. Now this is a sequel to Smash TV, which if you've ever played Smash TV, it's kind of like Robotron. Again, where you have a single screen, but the controls are weird, where you use your D-pad, and then on the Super Nintendo, like X is up, Y is, let's see, right, A is that way, and B is down. And that's how you fire. You have to like point in the direction you want to fire. It's kind of weird to get used to, but it's pretty fun. And this is a sequel to that, and it seems like it's more, it's not just a single screen. You got more of an open world level system layout thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, don't want to give away the good stuff just yet. Here we go. Time Slip. This is kind of a uncommon, I guess, game. Kind of a Contra run and gun type game. Not very good. Nothing special to say about that. And the same goes for this. Everything I said about Time Slip goes for this. Run and gun. Nothing very special. Okay, this is a cool one. Not really. Power Pigs of the Dark Ages. It's cool because it's an uncommon game, and again, kind of like Rocky and Bullwinkle, never see this out in the wild, and this is actually more uncommon than that. But the game itself is a platformer. You play as a pig in the Dark Ages, and as the title implies, and it's loose, sloppy controls, bad level design. Wouldn't recommend it unless you're a collector. Lost Vikings. Now, this is an awesome game. It's a puzzle game, puzzle platformer game, where you control 3 different Vikings, and each one has different abilities. So one can jump, one has a sword to attack things, one has a shield to defend, and you have to get each of them, you have to get all 3 of them through to the end of a level to beat each stage. Now, I love the idea of the game. I love how it plays. My one problem with it is that it's very tedious if you die. So many times would I get to the end of a level, or right to the end of a level, and then die, and then you have to go through the whole thing again. And it's such a process to do that it kind of turns you off to the game, because you do that enough times, you just get bored doing the same thing over and over, and I don't have a fix for that. I don't know what you could do to fix it, but that was my one quibble with the Lost Vikings. Having said that, though, very fun game. Check it out if you get a chance. This has been one I've been trying to track down forever. Finally got my hands on it. Firepower 2000. Now this is a shoot 'em up where you control either a helicopter or like a Jeep tank vehicle thing. It actually much more difficult than I thought it would be. I don't even know if I beat the first level. Not that I'm a huge shooter guy or even put that much time into it, but usually you can beat the first level of a shooter, and this was tough. Yeah, so maybe I'll go back and play that a little bit more. Oh, this is a neat one. Out to Lunch. Now this is kind of an uncommon game on the Super Nintendo, but it plays a lot like Bubble Bobble. If you've ever played that on the NES, you have almost a single screen. You get a little bit more than that, but you're this chef who's going around and you have to collect pieces of food, I'm assuming to make lunch, Out to Lunch is the title. But yeah, so you go around on these levels and you capture tomatoes and potatoes and bananas and all sorts of stuff to make food. It's pretty fun. Nice, fun little casual game, I guess. Okay, here's a cool one. Power Rangers the movie. Now, I love the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game on Super Nintendo, and this is, if you've played that, It's just like that with this, except this is neat. It's got like a two-plane things. So you have the foreground, which you beat them up on, or you can jump into like the background and fight up on that plane. It's kind of neat. I haven't really seen that in many other games, and I thought that was pretty cool. Power Rangers, awesome beat 'em up. Getting down there, a few left. Okay, this one. Oh, from Koei. Gemfire. Yeah, this is another one of those like Operation Europe and Airstrike Patrol, those strategy games. I have nothing to say about this, except it's kind of uncommon, so I'm glad I have it in my collection. Here's a great one that's a terrible game. Casper. For a collector, awesome. Very hard to find, but the game itself is atrocious. Absolutely terrible. You're Casper trying to get Christina Ricci through her house. You start out like on the top floor and you're trying to get her down, I guess, to outside the house. The house is huge, first of all, and you get these like ghost abilities to help you with each screen, and you literally have to take her from each screen throughout the entire house. The control is terrible, very slippery. I did not like it, but again, very uncommon game. One of the last to be released on the Super Nintendo, actually. It came out very, very late in the Super Nintendo's life cycle, so a factoid there. Here's a cool one. Tecmo Secret of the Stars. Now, Tecmo is obviously well known for their sports games, Tecmo Football and Baseball, but they actually made an RPG. Now, I'm not a big RPG guy, so I can't really speak to this game's quality in any way. I only played it to test it out. So what do you guys think? Have you guys played this before? Is it worth playing? Is it fun? Let me know in the comments below. This is cool. Way back on one of the old pickup videos, I got the instruction manual for this, but I actually didn't have the game. Well, now I got the game to complete that. And as far as I'm concerned, that's complete enough for me because I don't care about having the box. And that is Sky Blazer. Very fun platformer game. Yeah, not much to say about that. Just happy to have it. And now these last four are really the creme de la creme. Each of these could be the big pickup in any pickup video that I do, certainly. But I have four of them, so I'm very excited to show. And like I said, I've been building these up for a long time. So let's get to it. Kirby's Dream Land 3. Who doesn't love Kirby, right? Fantastic game. I always thought it was weird, though, that they made the Super Nintendo game a sequel to the Game Boy games and not like Kirby's Adventure 2 for NES, right? I don't know. That was just something I always thought was weird. But fantastic. Kirby's Dream Land. Nothing bad to say about that game. Love Kirby. Incantation. Now, a lot of you might not know this game. This is a very uncommon, hard to find game for the Super Nintendo. Is it that great? No. It's one of those games, very big sprites, which nothing against big sprites, but it's like, I think I said this about Cool Spot a while ago. When the sprites are too big, it almost is to your detriment because you as the camera moves with you. If your sprite's too big, you can barely see what's in front of you. And I feel like this game suffers from the same problem. You know what it reminds me of? If you've seen or heard of the game Nightmare Busters, it looks a lot like that. Just a little simple platformer. You're like a wizard shooting magic or whatever. Yeah, so is it that great? No, but it's a fantastic condition, and collecting-wise, it's very hard to find games, so I'm glad to have it in the collection. Two more. What do you think they're going to be? Well, the first one I can tell you is King of Dragons. Now, this is a good one. Capcom. You can never go wrong with Capcom. Beat 'em up. If you played Knights of the Round, very similar to that. And just very hard to find game. This one is going up in price like crazy lately. I can't believe it. It's so funny. I don't know how does that happen? How does like a game collectively in the world go up in price? Isn't that weird? It's like everyone in their head just knows like, oh, I want to try and go after this game at the same time, and then the price goes up like crazy. I don't know. And finally, one more game. What was that? I think it was like 26 or 27 games. One more. And this is one of those big ones that I get to check off the old Holy Grail list, if you will, for the Super Nintendo. Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. Oh, yeah, baby. What is there to say about this? Not much. It's the original 3 Ninja Gaidens from the Nintendo, ported over on a single cart to the Super Nintendo. I love it. I love it. I love the Ninja Gaiden games. They're very fun, and this is a very hard to find game, and I got it. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm most excited about right now? That I actually got through an entire pickup video. As far as I know, I can't see if it's still recording right now, but I'm assuming it's still recording, and I got through the entire thing, and I finally get to show you guys all this stuff. Whew! And you know what's crazy too? Is I got like pretty much an entire other pickup video that I can show you now, which I'll probably record hopefully sometime soon. But I also haven't forgotten about those Ninja Turtles cards and the gum, and I'll probably before the next pickup video, hopefully, Layla and I, girlfriend and I, will each open up a pack, show you the cards, and we'll each eat the gum. We've decided we're going to do that for you guys because you're so awesome. So, having said that, I'm going to let you guys go. Until next time, boyfriend out! Oh man, it so was recording that whole time. Woo!